A1 pits, pit 6. I thought I'd just have a look and see what was going to happen with this lake. And there are fish showing, but they're about 200 yards out. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and get some bait out there and try and catch something. Noddy needs to go fishing, doesn't Noddy? Yeah, that's the one apparently. Some people said it was a Noddy, so hey, if Noddy is what you wanted me to be, ding dong. Currently fishing there, but it's 110 yards. Well, 110, 115, depending how the wind catches the line in the air. And I'm into the wind as well, which makes it even more difficult to cast. And I've had the dot spom open up twice on me. I think it's because of the hemp, but it's changing now from a straight in my face wind to going from my left shoulder to my right shoulder. It's just changed direction. And this Akuma reel seems to be doing the business as well. Which is this one? This is the X Spot. So it's a good reel, this. I'll do another vlog about this after this vlog, about the reel, because one of the reasons why Akuma and Prologic sent me some stuff out is what they want me to do is test some of these things in a fishing environment and do a proper review on them. So far it's very positive. What's this rod as well? It's a 4.5 pound TC. What's it called? Didn't actually say. Oh, does the job. Hold on. Classic Spod. It's just a basic Spod rod, this, but to be honest, this is a heavily filled dot Spod from Nash, full of oil, attractors, into the wind, managing sending that out perfectly okay onto the clip as well. At 110, 115. It seems to be okay. Now, this is just the way it is. Tools to do the job, and they don't have to be expensive, do they? Let's be honest, how many people spend a lot of money on things and break them because they've been dozy? So I break a lot of things because I'm quite dozy from time to time. Like, I'm not an expert, but you know, this is a comfortable distance for me. 110, it's not that far out, but the fish are a little bit past there. But to be honest, I need it to be accurate, and I'm more than happy to send that out there. Now, what I would say about the rod is it's very soft on the tip, but there's a lot of power in this butt section. It's a strange feel to it, if I'm honest. It's not like any Spod rod I've used before. So I've had Century, Northwesterns, used to make them, Wychwoods, Harrison's. I've had a few Spod rods, if I'm honest, and this one feels completely different to the others. But to be fair, once you get the feel of the rod out of the way, I don't know if you can see this, but it's quite soft on the tip. You go further back and fall in the lake. It's quite soft on the tip, as you can see there. There's still a powerful rod, but it's a bit different, to be honest. But does it cast straight? So again, the sun is starting to set. Now let's not kid ourselves. This is A1 pits, pit 6. This is possibly the hardest pit to fish. There's a lot of big fish in here. They are showing, but they're showing right in the centre of the lake. All you can do is try. You might get one bite in a month, 2 months, a year. It's that kind of a water. It's not a runs water. It's a bit of a waiting game in here if you're lucky. Sometimes you get really lucky and you just land on the fish and you pick a fish up. That's fishing. That's why it's called fishing. Anyway, comment below, hit that bell button right there and get notification, like and subscribe, and it's really good to see you again, it really is. But I really need a fish now. I haven't had time to fish any easier waters. I've just been on the last 2 months some quite difficult waters, and the weather conditions and everything hasn't gone, well, it's not gone for me, to be perfectly honest. It's been really difficult. Well, that is fishing, as we say. What do you do? Comment below and tell me exactly what you do on A1 pit 6. How do you fish it? Now, what have I done? I've got one rod right down the margin on the left hand side underneath a bush. It's about 3 foot of water and it drops off to about 4 foot. And I think it's I'm not too sure, because I'm not going to start thrashing about with a marker because I'm new to this pit. Well, I'm not actually, I fished it years ago, but I can't remember, I didn't make any notes. I'm going off the birds. So the birds are about 100 yards from here. This is on the Trent bank, River Trent. And as I'm looking out of the lake now, the birds are on that strip about 100 yards out. So I'm guessing that's where there's a bar that runs down from left to right. Now, when I've been casting out, there's been weed that I've been bringing in as well. So that's starting to come now because it is spring. I'm hoping, I really am hoping, that those fish smell the hemp oil, hemp seed, the boilies, and a few other attractors in there as well. I hope they pick up on that. Not a lot of people on here as well. For a bank holiday Sunday, there's not that many people. It's kind of got back to normal because the last time I come down here it was horrific. There was just too many people fishing. Oh well, let's try and get a fish, and thanks for watching again. See if we can catch something. It's all good fun, isn't it? Well, it's that time of night where the sun's starting to set. No fishes yet. I'm enjoying myself. Still winning, even though I'm not catching. But the promise of getting some big units out of here, so I keep on coming back. I tried pit 5. I've had a couple of takes on there, but lost fish. So just keep on keeping on, as they say. Pardon the pun, Leon, if you watch this. But still, it's great to be out. Look at that. Now, a little indication where you might find a spot on here. I might be wrong, but the birds are generally about 110 yards out, 110 yards out from here. That's the old diving black chickens, the coots or the tufties. They're right out there. I'm guessing that's an area which holds weed or a bar, and fish move along there. I'm hoping I'm right on that. So if you know anything about this place, and this is right in the middle, I think, of the Trent bank on pit 6, comment below. Don't forget, press that bell button on the left hand side there, subscribe, and let's hear some comments about this place. I need to know a bit more about it. Well, let's see if the alarms are working. Listen, I've noticed something with the alarms. It's like I've got 3 Batman there. I'm going to call them the Batman alarms. You know, the Batman alarms, that's what they are. K3 Batmans. Because they kind of look like Batman ears, don't they? Never mind. So I'm going to hope that the warmer wind, I don't think it will warm the water just yet, will push those fish further towards this bank. I may be completely wrong on that. But let's see what happens. Beautiful evening though. I think it's going to be really cold tonight because there's no clouds in the sky. Hey ho. Still great to be out though, and really good to see you again. Well, the rods have been out for a while now, so I'm going to recast because sometimes the baits get a little bit softer, about 12 hours, all the baits I'm using anyway. So as a result, I think it's best if I just change them. I'm going to put one on the Snowman, one on the bottom, and I'm going to pop one up on a Ronnie rig. 3 different kinds of rigs to try and get a bite out there. The birds have shifted from the area now. There could be 1 or 2 things, either they're cleaned up or fish have moved in. Who knows? All we can do is just try. It's really like rodding. I really would love to pick one of these big commons up out of here, but it really is a waiting game. Let's have a look. Well, that's the baits, as you can see. You can see that or not. I'm just fishing a little greedy pig rig there. I've got a Nash hook on. Nash hook, a short link. It's also the same, exactly the same colour as the soil, so that's fine. Little drop off, a little distance pair bomb, and I've got some Vardis lead-free leader on. Let's change that. I'm going to go on a Snowman on this. I'm going to take these off. Now look, these have gone soft, so I'm going to take them off now. Right, I could have just left them there and done a bit of camping, just be a bit of a time bandit, but I chose not to. So I'm going to fish this on a pop-up. Well, no, a Snowman rig. That's what I'm going to do with this next. I'm going to put that out, see if that tempts the fish. This is perfect now. It's the middle of the afternoon. It's on a Monday, the bank holiday Monday, and people are starting to pack away. There's only a handful of people fishing the lake now. Overcast, slight breeze, so it's not been an eventful campaign in the last couple of trips I've been. I'm still learning the water, still got a lot to learn. You know, sometimes you can go down to water and you catch loads of fish and you do really well and you think you cracked it, and you can spend the next 4 or 5 trips and you caught absolutely jack. But these 2 waters here on the A1 pits aren't easy. I could have gone on to the pits 1, 2, 3 or whatever it is and had a better chance, but to be fair, I've got waters closer to home which I can do that all day long and get like mid doubles and low 20s. So what I'm after here is fish over £30, but not just any old fish over £30. If I wanted to go and get loads of 30s, I could have gone to Linear, I could have gone to, there's countless waters I could have gone to try and catch carp over £30, but it's not what I want. The fishing I've always done for years has always been places like in Cheshire, like Reedsmere, the River Weaver, Toppool, around the Cheshire Plain, going down south, fishing Lowestoft Lakes, Tattonmere, places like that, and I've done relatively okay, but it takes time. So when I did have the time to fish those kind of waters many years ago, I was a bit of a time bandit, which meant, what did that mean? It meant that I could spend 3-4 days on the water because of working shifts. Let's have a look. Still nothing going on out there. The birds have shifted away. The swallows are all over the surface of the water now, looking for insects, bugs, grubs, that kind of thing. There we go. Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to show you something as well. One of my little tips. Yeah, let's have a look at this. What do you think I'm going to show you? There we go. Let's put this out here, the camera. Let's just tighten this up because it looks like it's going to fall off. That's it. Set the camera straight for us. Right, here we have the little wader tip. Now, what have we got here? This is a net station by Wychwood Tackle. Not paid to say that. This is one of the things. Let's just move this over so you can see me a bit better. Like that. Let's drop that down. Right. When I'm allowed to swim, when I'm allowed to wade in waters, I use this a lot. Now, why do we use this? Right, I'll explain. Sometimes when you're wading, there may be a drop off just by here somewhere, which goes into deeper water. As a result of that, it's quite easy in the middle of the night when the stars are up for you to go into the water, go too far, and lose yourself in the murky depths of the winter. One of these situations you just don't want to do. As a result, what you want to do is make sure that you're safe, most importantly. Why do we use this net station? Well, it gives you something to hold on to. It gives you good purchase in the water, and it's perfect. Okay? Now, why do I use my landing net on it? Well, it's quite obvious. When you've landed a fish, this unclips just here, as you can see, and that's a retention strap. So when you put a fish in the retainer, when you've got a fish in here and you've landed it, you put it in there and you need to get your kit sorted out, you can leave the fish in there, right, and you can clip it. One goes under, one goes over, and just rest it in the net. And what you then do is you put this and clip it on there like so. I slide it forward and then it's in the retainer. Okay, now a little tip. I put the marker float, can you see this here, over here, and then what I do is I make sure it's really tight and pull this tight, and when that's really tight, it just stops, helps stop that from rotating. Okay, so then you've not got the fish jumping out. What would I give this out of 10 in this video? Now, some of the reviews I'm going to be doing after this video are going to be done not to 10. I clearly use it. I'm going to give it a 6. Why? I do use it, but I think it could be designed a little bit better. I think on the front it could have here, right, a bit of a Y on the front, just so it holds that like that. Yeah, holds it square. Because as it currently stands now, and I do use it, it can rotate like so, and the fish can swim out. So, as a review, not paid to do this, I do use it, I do like it. It is a good bit of kit and it helps me in the middle of the night, and you've always got your net at hand in the water, right? But if you're going to use it as some form of retainer, it's very easy for that to rotate and the fish to swim out. So I think on the front of this, it could have had a kind of a T-junction at the front, so when you pulled it back, the T stopped it from rotating. I think that could have been a step 2 on it, and that's my personal opinion on the net station from Wychwood. Wychwood net station. Still, I like it though, but that's one of the things. So I recommend when you do use it, you put a fish in there, just be quick, or have somebody hold it so the fish don't enter the water again, you know. I think if you put that T-junction on the front of it, I think that'd be a lot better, because then you've got a chance of possibly unhooking it in the net and then lifting it out quite safe. Let's crack on, see if we can catch another fish. Time to pack up. Do you know what's funny today? I've not seen one fish jump at all. Not one. All of this water, I've not seen one fish jump. I suppose that's just the way it goes, isn't it? Yeah, that's just the way it goes. It doesn't always work out that way, does it? When you catch fish. I mean, conditions look great now. Slightly overcast. sun just trying to break out through the sky. Got the flowers are starting to come out for spring. The leaves are on the trees. Even the big trees are starting to get leaves now. But the fish don't seem to be having any of it. Look at that, it's a great lake this. If it's just for getting an escape and getting out, then that's fine, I get it, I understand it, this is what I do. And sometimes it's not about catching fish, it's just about being there. And you've got to remember, when you're fishing a water like this, and I will be fishing some easy waters as well, when you're fishing a water like this, it might be 10 trips before you get a bite, but that bite will be really special. Now, I spoke to one of the guys yesterday, and he said a lot of the fish have been coming out recently about the 17-pound mark, and he was a bit upset about the size of them coming out at the moment, but there's some big units in here, some very big fish, so this is going to be over a couple of years. It's not going to happen in a couple of videos, I'll tell you that much. And that's just fishing, that's just the way it is. Press that bell button right there and let us know what your thoughts are on fishing big, low stock meres or lakes. How would you go about fishing them? What kind of bait would you use? Which bait company would you use? Like I say, I've been using the Particle and Boilie over there as well, so I've used quite a fish type bait over that. All's good. It's currently 3 o'clock and I want to get home and watch match of the day. Well, Sky I think it is, because football's on. It's not all about fishing for me.